Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a walkthrough of my craft area of my junk journal specific craft room. I decided a long time ago that the only craft I really wanted to focus on was junk journaling, so I got rid of everything else, and this is my junk journal craft room here. So I want to show you. Here on this table on the far right is normally where I keep just my scanning cuts. But lately I've been going live over here on this work area underneath the camera. I'll have a separate video on my camera setup. Here's my awesome new microphone. But yeah, currently I'm working on a Christmas junk journal, and you can join me. I'll be going live again on Monday, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Join me for that. And I also have my little cutter there, so I have everything here to craft. Here I have a, I think it's called a baker's rack. Yeah, it's called a baker's rack. We'll start from the bottom. Down here I have all the papers that I use for my junk journals. So they're, you know, notepads and ledgers and different books and graph paper and different coffee dyed papers that I use in my signatures. They're already here, coffee dyed, waiting for me to use. Over here I have my stash of scrapbook paper. I try not to buy any more because I don't have any more space, so I won't be buying any more scrapbook paper until I use it up. Second shelf here I have a bag that has the fabrics that I use for my journals. Here in this container here I have scraps of lace and big pieces of lace. Here I have my heat and bond for my junk journal covers. Here is my scoring board and some lids. And in here in this drawer I have lace of all different colors, and I like to put them around just tags. And here's another drawer of more or less organized lace and my seam binding tape. Second shelf, this is a container of projects that I'm going to be working on in the future, or I'm in the middle of, I just haven't gotten to. So that's future projects. Here's another kind of future project. I'm going to be selling coffee dyed paper in my shop, but I'm getting it ready. This is the gorgeous, awesome ledger paper, vintage ledger paper that I found, that I've coffee dyed, and it just looks great. On some of them I did experiment and put lace doilies on there. Precious. So that is coming to the shop in the future. Here I just have my Sizzix Mod Podge and then my iron back there. And then the top shelf, well, one of the top shelves. Here I have all the extra printouts from my shop. Sometimes I print things out twice. Sometimes I print them out the wrong size, wrong paper. Eventually I'll sell these as packs. Here I just have my paper and cardstock and photo paper, and also my mats for my scan and cut, tissue paper, and different bags for shipping. And then here I have the covers for my next journals. Here I have a pile of journals that I have to put up for sale. The last journal that I worked on live. And here's mailing supplies for my business. And a digital scale also for my business. I have these hanging little containers. This is what they look like, empty. And they're from IKEA. And they're called, I'm not sure, but there's their number if you want to check them out. They have a name, but they don't have the name on here. But I just use them to keep different little tools. There's really no rhyme and reason. I just stick stuff in here and sometimes I lose it. And then at the very top I have a container of stamps, a big container of lace, and then a container of die cuts for my Sizzix, a ruler, and then a roll of paper. And then we have this. Oh yeah. This is what I like to use for my embellishments. It's a Razzcog cart from IKEA. And then the plastic inserts are called like Adonis or something. Yeah, I think they're called Adonis. And so I always have this cart near me when I am decorating a journal. Up here I have different little embellishments I can put into my journals. These are mostly for my shop, printables for my store. And then here I have stuff from other designers, other different little die cuts, little scraps of paper for when I want to do something. I have a nice selection of little journal cards from other companies, and then different die cuts here. And then down here I have all of my own die cuts. And you guys have seen this tray on my videos, and some people freak out about it. Yes, I love all of my die cuts. This box is a very, very must-have when I do my embellishments. So that's my tray there. And then I have this bookcase here that I got at the thrift shop. I have my printer, which I have an Epson ET2750 right now. That's what I use. I have a couple of spare inks for them. I even have leaves from my succulent plants here, and they're growing. We'll see what they do. I do have several ink pads that I actually don't use. Look at this little guy. Look at this little guy. Do have several ink pads that I actually don't use, but maybe in the future I'll bring them out more. And these buckets from IKEA just have different hand tools. Here I have a bucket on a clip for my hot glue gun, and some more tools here. Down here I have, I've pulled this out in some of my videos. These are things that I can just use to decorate a journal. So I have different like pieces of rub-ons, and then here I have some like napkins, tags here, different kind of tags that I can use to embellish a journal. And then I made these dividers myself. I sewed everything together, and it's just a piece of cardstock from Michael's that already has this shape, and then I sewed a piece of cardstock underneath it. So that helps me divide stuff here. Well, I guess I just messed that up. Here I have different die cuts also. These time cards that I really like to use. Different bags here. Different little envelopes here also. Doilies on the back. And then I'm so proud of myself because actually this container here, the top of this was actually white with like purple flowers. And I said, nah. And I painted those. That was quite the effort to make them look like that. And over here on this container, again, I just have different papers that I've like dyed, some tags again, and these little pockets that I made. And then again, just different little cards that I've already worked on, but they could go in a journal. Here's some photographs and some ephemera that'll go good in a signature. And just and these are actually my vintage ephemera. I have some actual vintage. And here I have my what's it called, Big Bite. And I'll just put that here for now. And I also have my envelope punch. And that's how I keep these. Here. Second shelf here I have some workbooks. Cling stamps. Here I have a container of junk journals that are either done, in the middle of being done, that I've given up on, or that I've been gifted. They go in this container. Here I have a container of a bunch of die cuts that I have from different companies. It's quite a lot of them, and they're not really organized in any way. Some of them are in Ziploc bags. And some of them actually have like their original container or packaging. It's a mess there, it's a mess. Here I have a container of books that I can use to journal or actually turn into junk journals. Some cardstock, some vintage photo books. These are actually vintage, like mailing stamps that I could use. They're actually from my childhood. And then these are vintage books that I could turn into junk journals that I will do in the future. This container here just has a bunch of scrap paper. So a bunch of little pieces of paper, cardstock or regular printer. That's where it goes. Okay, so then we come to my actual desk area. And this is where I actually craft when I'm not live. I have this nice desk area here. I have my laptop over here. I really love my art thing that I made over here. I collaged a bunch of vintage photos that I printed out all over the wall, and I really like that background. It's really inspirational to me. The desk is from IKEA, so is that desk, and the cart, of course. And again, this is where my laptop sits so that I can kind of watch TV at the same time. And normally I do have my, I sneeze a lot, that's why that's there. I normally have my sewing machine here, but when I do go live, I do put it off over there to that side when I go live. But this is where my sewing machine goes. This lamp, I love this lamp, it's from IKEA. And here on this Alex drawer, I have, on the top drawer is a bunch of like office supplies. So paper clips and batteries and stamps and paper clips and light bulbs, that kind of stuff go there. Here I have tools. So my heating gun, my stapler, my ATG gun, and then my distressor are all here. I have my paper clips, little, and these are giant paper clips. And then I have different little paper clips here and pins and different little things there. This drawer here has again just different craft tools, batteries, and I have these brads, more staples for my stapler. I have clips, these little trays I like to use for my glue. Little downs in here. And I have all of my, what are these things called? All of my charms. Yeah, all my charms in here. Different paints, my Versamark. And then here I have my alcohol inks. Back there, if you can see, I have my punches and a couple extra knickknacks. Like this big bottle of paint. And then in this drawer here, I have my sewing machine stuff. So, sewing machine, an extra pedal that I have. And then these are actual paper flowers there. I don't really use those, but when I do want to use them, they're there. Here I have the corners for my books that I like to add. Some more charms in here. Even more charms there. And some, what are those called? Eyelets. Eyelets there. And that's receipts for tax time. So yeah, that's it. That is my craft space, you guys. I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, give it a thumbs up. I'll see you guys on Monday when I go live working on the Christmas junk journal. Peace out, you guys. I'll see you on my next video.